Our test speaker here would be Toastmaster Rubab Fatima Rizvi, the first step. Toastmaster Rubab Fatima Rizvi, the first step.
Am I clearly visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Your time starts now.
We have often heard the saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And often, the most difficult step is to take that first step, especially when we do not know in which direction to move. Dear Toastmasters from District 122, fellow Toastmasters around the world, guests and dignitaries, warm greetings. It was an awaited day of March, the day of my graduation, as I walked proudly on the graduation stage, clad in my graduation gown and cap, holding the degree, graduating with 99%, first honors, and the topper of my class in my batch of finance. Hooray! Finally, I can't wait to live, to face the real world, and to live my London dream. London Bridge is falling down, but I am flying above the clouds. All through my academic journey, I had the killer spirit to excel and to become the topper of my class year after year. I had a clear plan for myself to do my master's from a top university in the UK, to work for a Fortune 500 company, and to eventually enter the C-suite. My mother always says, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I never stopped working harder and harder. After completing my graduation, I applied to several universities in the UK. And can you guess how many of them accepted me? Well, all of them. Everything was sorted. I had unconditional offers of admission, and my parents were supportive. After all, they had enough of my tantrums. My problem was not choosing between Oxford and Queen Mary. But my situation was like sending a person in a dark room with a flashlight just to find out that there are no batteries. The only thing that I did not have was the required finances to fund my education. It is true that money cannot buy happiness. But not having enough money at the right time can certainly crush your dreams. At least that's what I felt at that instance. I applied for funding and scholarships, but to no avail. The increasing Saudization laws made it impossible for non-Saudi females to find a job in the corporate world. And not having the right to work in most countries nearly made it impossible to secure employability prospects. From the queen of straight A's and accomplishments, I became the queen of failure and rejections. And like that falling London Bridge, I too started to sink. Sinking dreams, sinking ambitions, sinking confidence. I lost faith in hard work, in luck, and in myself. When I couldn't seem to find a direction, my mother chanted her magical words. Take the first step, my dear. What first step, first step? I exclaimed. But then I happened to read a story of an inspirational lady, a national level volleyball player in India, Arunima Sinha. In 2011, when she was on a train towards Delhi, she was dragged and thrown off the train by a few thugs who tried to rob her of her belongings. Unable to move from the ground, another moving train came, passed by her and crushed her leg. The doctor saved her life, but had to amputate her left leg. Instead of crying in despair and misery, Arunima took a pledge which was seemingly impossible. She decided to scale Mount Everest and literally took the first step. After overcoming insurmountable and implicit challenges, Arunima became the first female amputee to scale mountain peaks across all 7 continents, including Mount Everest. She is one among several people who have proved that in life we may sometimes face a dead end. And it is at that time that we have to change the direction of our minds and thoughts and take the first step. My mother's magical words then echoed, and I thought that I have a mind which can dream, a mind endowed with intelligence, and I listed all my goals: becoming an aspiring writer, financial journalist, making a mark in the corporate world, and becoming a motivational speaker to inspire the youth. And I started taking little steps in that direction. For example, joining Toastmasters to eventually become a motivational speaker, completing a professional certification in order to carve my niche in the field of finance. As I took one little step, I could see the road ahead of me. And as I continue to walk the path, I'm sure that new opportunities will unfold. Fellow Toastmasters, often at times we are faced with uncertainty. We are at square one, between crossroads, unable to find our purpose, direction, or aim, and not knowing where to go. Sometimes it is when we fear uncertainty that we explore new and endless possibilities, which we may otherwise have not explored. Just remember, just as how one drop can make an ocean, one little step can help us complete a marathon. As Ralph Emerson said, do not go where there is no, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And for that, we must take the first step. Over to you, Madam Contest Master.